Welcome in, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you enjoyed the amazing NBA Finals Game 2 as much as I did. So, the Knicks get it done again on the road. They take a big 2-0 lead in the finals. So today I'm just going to give my take and reaction to the NBA Finals Game 2 and just want to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and what I think is going to happen going forward. Before we jump into that, I would like to mention that on my YouTube channel, I create content about money, sports, and personal topics with the goal of bringing value to your life. So if you find value in this video, go ahead, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can continue making these videos. Also, feel free to hit that like button and make some comments on your take on the NBA Finals Game 2 action from last night. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, guys. The New York Knicks defeated the San Antonio Spurs 105 to 104 in game 2 of the 2026 NBA Finals yesterday, Friday, in San Antonio at the Frostbank Center. So it was really an amazing game to watch. Going into the game, this was a very crucial game for the San Antonio Spurs. They lost the first game at home, and this was kind of a must win for them just because historically, teams that have gone 0-2 at home in the first two games in the finals have not won the NBA Finals. So this was as much of a must win for the San Antonio Spurs as they can get. So the New York Knicks now lead 2-0 in the series. They won both of the games in San Antonio, and now they're headed back to New York for games 3 and 4. And a sweep is definitely on the board in these finals. So, and with this win, the Knicks extended their postseason win streak to 13 consecutive games. And if they win the next two games, they're going to have a 15-0 win streak in the NBA playoffs, which would be a record setting number, along with the Golden State Warriors that did it about 10 years ago or so. So amazing, amazing finals so far for the New York Knicks, 2-0, and they're headed back home. So this is as good as it gets for the Knicks. So the actual game itself, early in the game, the Spurs took an early 34-25 lead in the first quarter. They were playing good. They were off to a good start, as they typically are in the first quarter. However, the Knicks were right there the whole time. In the second quarter, they outscored San Antonio 31-18 to capture the lead by halftime. So that's really as much as they could have hoped for. They survived the Spurs avalanche in the first quarter. They kept it close, and before you know it, at halftime, the Knicks actually had a lead. So I was very impressed with the Knicks in the first half. And in the second half, the Knicks continued to play well, And going into the fourth quarter, they actually built a 14-point lead. And with about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I was thinking the game was over and that the Knicks were going to easily win the game. But give credit to the San Antonio Spurs. They countered with a 14-0 run in a span of just over 3 minutes, and they actually took the lead late in the game. So, as a Knicks fan in this series, I was very, very worried when the Spurs took the lead. I thought this might be a devastating loss for the Knicks, but they were able to hold on. And with a dramatic finish in the final seconds, the Spurs, well, just before that, in the final minute or so of the game, um, the San Antonio Spurs were able to play some good defense, and Victor Wembanyama had the ball. He tosses it ahead of him to Stefan Castle, but Stefan Castle wasn't looking, and it causes a turnover. And Wemby definitely should not have made that pass. And as a result, Jalen Brunson gets the ball, steals it. Wemby fouls Brunson, and Brunson goes to the free throw line where he makes 1 out of 2 free throws, and the New York Knicks go up by 1 point. So um, I didn't know how to feel about that just because, yeah, it's good that the Knicks got a free throw and they went up one, but the Spurs had the ball um, with a few seconds left. So hate to see a buzzer beater against the Knicks. And in those final seconds, Victor Wembanyama had the game winning field goal attempt, and he missed it at the buzzer, and the Knicks survive, and they get that 105-104 win. So just a lot of drama, a lot of excitement in the game. I mean, first quarter, Spurs look amazing. Second quarter, the Knicks have a lead at half. Third quarter and going into the fourth, the Knicks build a 14-point lead. The Spurs have a 14-0 run. They take the lead at the very end. Wemby makes a mistake. Brunson hits a free throw, and the game-winning field goal attempt by Victor Wembanyama does not go in, and the Knicks survive. So just a lot of amazing action in this game, and it was definitely a game worth watching. All right, so just some top performers in this game. Karl Anthony Towns had another amazing game. He's playing really well against Wemby. He led New York Knicks with 21 points, 13 rebounds, asserting his dominance in the paint. Mikal Bridges played heavily in the rotation, 41 minutes. He had 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. So he was huge in this game. Jalen Brunson, he didn't have the best game, and he also had a bad shooting game like he did in game one, but he did have 20 points, 6 assists, and 5 steals. And he made some clutch shots and free throws down the stretch. So he only went for 7 for 25 in the game. On the other side, Victor Wembanyama was pretty quiet in the first half, but in the second half, he played a lot better. He ended up with 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 blocks. And De'Aaron Fox had a pretty good game as well, with 20 points and 5 assists. So a lot of stuff going on in this game. Amazing game to watch. And now the series heads back to New York for games 3 and 4. That New York Knicks crowd is just going to be amazing. And the San Antonio Spurs are in a really tough spot. So, just some other thoughts that I have on the game. So, the big three for the Knicks were Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, and Mikal Bridges. They combined for 61 points. OG Anunoby had a really good game with 17 points. The Knicks bench played well. Landry Shamet, 13 points. Miles McBride hit a couple big buckets. Mitchell Robinson had 7 points. He had a nice alley oop and he made some free throws, which was good to see. And for the San Antonio Spurs, Vassell, 14 points. Dylan Harper, 15 points off the bench. So, I mean, the Spurs played pretty well. The other guys, along with Wemby and Fox, played well. But this Knicks team is just amazing, and they're just a better team, to keep it simple. All right, so as far as field goal percentage looks like, New York Knicks, they shot 41% from the field, 39.5% from 3-point range. For the Spurs, they shot 47% from the field, 37 or 38% from three. So pretty good shooting by both teams in this game. And I thought the Spurs were going to get the win. I really did. But the Knicks survive. So now, again, we're heading to games 3 and 4 in New York. That New York crowd is going to be amazing. The New York Knicks role players and the bench should play a lot better at home. So honestly, I'm expecting a New York Knicks win in game 3, which means they would go up 3-0 in the finals. And no team in NBA playoff and finals history has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit. And then game 4, I think the Knicks or the Spurs have a chance of winning game 4. Um, I don't think, if I had to guess, I would think they would win one of the games, like game 4. I don't think they're going to get swept, but there's definitely a good chance of that. And the Knicks are looking very good. So we'll see. You never know. I mean, just because no team has ever come back from a 2-0 deficit, losing the first 2 games at home doesn't mean it can't be done. So the Spurs might shock the world. They might win the next 2 games in New York and even the series up. So it's not over for the Spurs. They still have a lot of life, but it's not looking good for them. I do think they're going to split in New York. I think Knicks win game 3, Spurs win game 4, and then the Knicks should close them out. So we shall see what happens. Cannot wait for the next games 3 and 4 in New York. We'll see if the Knicks can get the job done, if they can get the sweep done, or if the Spurs can even up the series. So can't wait to watch. And this is going to be an amazing finals. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to share for today. I really hope you guys got some value and entertainment out of this video. If you did, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can continue making these videos. Hit that like button and make some comments on the NBA Finals so far. See you guys next time and take care.